Hi viewers, welcome back to my channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about learning mechanism in artificial neural network. This is for 4th year CSC students. What is learning? Learning is the activity of gaining knowledge. We learn so many things from our childhood. We learn how to eat, how to sleep, how to walk, how to run, so many things. Generally, our parents are the first teachers. Next one is our teachers. Next, we learn so many things from books. And fourth most and for most important one is by observation. For example, Sachin Tendulkar is playing straight drive. So he learned from his trainer Ramakant Achrekar, and he got good practice and he got perfection in that. So why we are learning? We are learning programming languages, we are learning artificial neural networks, we are learning Python programming. Why we are learning the things? Just to improve our performance, improve the efficiency. For having better career, you are learning. In the same way, in the artificial neural network, the neurons get training from the environment. They learn from the environment for better performance. Because simply the artificial intelligence is mimic the nature. It is following the nature. It is imitating the nature. So how these biological things we are learning, in the same way artificial neural networks are also to learn something from the surroundings. Okay, now you see this, how they are learning and what they are learning. A neural network is able to learn from its environment. Why it is learning? To improve its performance through learning. Just to improve its performance. A neural network is about environment, its environment through interactive process. The learning is not within single attempt. It is by interactive process. It learns something and again it is giving the feedback and again learning. It is repeatedly. For example, you learn cycle, bicycle. Have you got it in first attempt? Definitely no. First you got some practice, then you may fall down, again you improve yourself. Like that you are improving and you are identifying your mistakes and improving yourself. You are finding your errors and then correcting yourself. For example, you are practicing your mathematical problems. In the first attempt you may not get correct answer. What you are doing, first you are identifying the mistakes, or you are identifying the mistakes yourself, or your teacher is identifying the mistakes, and the next attempt you try to rectify that mistakes. So you call it as error detection and error correction mechanism. In the same way, it is also following iterative process. Third point is, ideally the network becomes more knowledgeable about its environment after each iteration of learning process. After identifying the mistakes, errors, you are trying to rectify those errors. Automatically your performance is improving. You cannot say this is ultimate. By practice you are improving. Already I have given this example, Sachin Tendulkar. Sachin Tendulkar knows how to play straight drive. But has he practiced it or not? Definitely has to practice. Now you consider Virat Kohli, everything, players. Players, even though they know the rules and regulations, but regularly they practice to improve their performance. How you are practicing your mathematics or subject to improve your performance. So the same thing, the cricketers or players are also try to practicing for their improvement. In the same way, artificial neural network also, for every iteration it try to improve its performance for better performance. These 3 points you should remember while training your neural networks. Learning is a process which free parameters of neural network are adapted through process of simulation by the environment in which the network is embedded. It changes its parameter by changing the weights. The type of learning is determined by the manner in which the parameter change takes place. You know about changing the weights. You consider some popular learning algorithms. First, you know what is learning algorithm. Algorithm is a well-defined rules for the solution of learning problems. You call it as learning algorithms. If this algorithm is for learning, you call it as learning algorithm. You know, algorithm is a set of rules and regulations to do a job. In the same way, the rules, a set of well-defined rules and regulations for learning purpose is called as learning algorithm. You have different learning algorithms. These different learning algorithms adjust their synaptic weights in different scenarios. The popular learning algorithms are error correction learning algorithm, memory based learning algorithm, Hebbian learning algorithm, computative learning algorithm, and Boltzmann learning algorithm. Naive based algorithm, so many other learning algorithms are there. Just we are considering some 5 algorithms. Classifications of algorithms. So based upon this learning pattern, these algorithms are classified into 3 groups: supervised learning, unsupervised learning, and reinforced learning. But supervised learning and unsupervised learning are most popular learning mechanisms. In the supervised learning, you have error correction gradient descent, and it is subdivided into least mean square method and back propagation. Least mean square and back propagation. Another method in supervised learning is stochastic, probabilistic. In unsupervised learning, Hebbian learning and competitive learning. These two comes under unsupervised learning. Reinforced is not much regular learning mechanism. First you consider supervised learning. Yes, the name itself, supervised under the guidance of a teacher. If you are learning, you call it as supervised. Means the mentor or teacher is supervising your learning process. You call it as supervised learning. In this supervised learning, the data is labeled. That means there is a paired data of input sets and output sets. For every input, there is a matching output. So you call it as a labeled data and supervisor will be there. These two are the key features of supervised learning. Just in the childhood, how you got learning from your parents or from the teacher, you call it as supervised learning. Under the guidance of your teacher or your parent, use it to learn the things. In this, you consider set 1 input A, B, C, D, output set 1, 2, 3, 4. So we are making it is 1:1 ratio. Input A, if you are given input A, output should be 1. If you give input to B, output should be 2. If you give input to C, output should be C. If you give input to D, output should be D. That means it is a labeled data, paired input and output data. For every input, there is a corresponding output. If you give input A, it will be giving output 1. So you call it as supervised learning. Some commonly supervised learning types are regression, logistic regression, classifications, naive based classifications, KNN mapping, decision tree, support vector mechanism. What are the advantages and disadvantages of supervised learning? Supervised learning is very easy learning. It is collecting the data and produce the data output from previous experience, past experiences. It helps to optimize the performance. And the supervised learning helps to solve various types of real world computational problems. Then it is having some limitations also. The major limitations: it cannot be working with large data. Training for supervised learning takes lots of computation time. It consumes more time. And one more major drawback is it is unable to work with unknown data. For example, in the previous example, we have given the set input set A, B, C, D. For example, if I give the input F, If I give the input F, it will not give the output, it will give error message because input F is not available in input data. So it gives error, unknown data. So a supervised major drawback of supervised learning is it is unable to work with unknown data. Now you consider unsupervised data. Unsupervised learning is a type of learning in which supervisor is not available and labeled data is not available. Data is available but the data is not labeled. Not labeled, and the supervisor is also not available. But the agent is able to learn with the help of practice. With the help of practice. It is in the completely unknown environment. The neural network is getting some its training and it is working on the data. Based upon the environment, it makes the classifications. If it is moving in the correct direction, it gets some rewards. If it is making some wrong move, it is getting some penalties. Just imagine your examination paper is evaluated by your faculty. Is how you are getting marks. If you are writing correct answer, you are getting reward points. If you are giving wrong answer, you are getting negative marks. In the same way, the unsupervised learning is also learning. Okay, based upon the what marks you got, okay, you are deciding, okay, you are learning it in the correct direction or you are learning it in the wrong direction. So the key points in the unsupervised learning is no supervisor is available, no labeled data is available. Labeled data is not available. Only it has some basic training sets and it is to classify the sets based upon the similar features. It follows clustering and association. Unsupervised learning will perform the task by clustering. It also uses similar association also. In the clustering, similar type of elements are grouped together. You call it as cluster. Cluster means grouping. For example, you consider in this image you are seeing some pets. So the agent is to segregate cats into one group and dogs into another group based upon their common features. So what features you consider as a neural network expert? You consider C. In unsupervised learning, they need to consider the common features based upon the height, weight, etc. Next, some unsupervised learning algorithms. K means KNN, hierarchical anomaly detection. Anomaly means error. Neural networks. PCA, principal component analysis. Independent component analysis, ICA. PCA is most popular. A priori algorithm, singular value decompositions. Some advantages of unsupervised learning. So unsupervised learning is suitable for complex tasks. It is able to work within completely new environment. Unsupervised is preferable. It is to get unlabeled data to comparison the labeled data. For example, if NASA sent one rover to the space. In the space, we may not have thorough knowledge about the space, but it follows unsupervised learning based upon the situation, based upon the rules provided. It is able to learn the things by itself. All the human beings are able to learn the things by themselves. After providing the basic knowledge, we are able to learn so many things by ourselves. You call it as unsupervised learning. The disadvantages. So it is more difficult, unsupervised is more difficult than supervised learning. And there is a possibility of getting errors also, because in the unsupervised, for example, in the if I gave some small letter, small a, you may not get exactly the matching output. So there is a chance of getting wrong results. You call it as less accuracy. If you have not subscribed my channel, please subscribe my channel and give your comments. Thank you.